Hey, this is Politics with Laura, and I got an interesting and a serious one for you. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? There is so much going on in the United States, and it seemingly to be happening in the Asian community. And my heart goes out to everyone affected in Monterey Bay and the Half Moon Mushroom mushroom farm, also down in Texas. There's a lot going on. But however, I do have some questions. There are some interesting things that are going on within the Asian community. Now, I am going to touch on Asian hate. Yes, I am. I would be remiss if I didn't. And it's a hard one because I have Asian friends, and this stuff that the Asian hate crime bill has put forth, it has put forth barriers. How can I say this? It has put forth barriers uh, between blacks and Asians when it wasn't even like that. Do you have skirmishes? Yes. Do you have fights? Yes, you do. You have all of those things. And and to sit there and to suggest anything other than that is disingenuous. Now, what I found rather interesting listening to some of the women, and I have a small clip. It was 16-minute long interview, but I had to squish that down into like 2, 3 minutes. And two main sections to where the women were talking about being catcalled and I'm like, uh, all women go through that. But when you live in a bubble to where you're only amongst your people, and I said this in a previous video, live amongst your people and you do business and you live in that small community and you don't go out or venture out, you're going to be surprised because people are different, especially when you come from someplace else and you move to another land and then you bring your customs and your values with you in a new land, and the people that you live around do not live or have the same customs as you. So there's going to be some issues here and there. And as I would say, it is what it is. But to classify entire people, all Black Americans, have hate crimes towards Asians is just not true. And and it caused a serious backlash because Black people support Asians through business. I know I have gone to the carryouts and gone to different hair stores, beauty supply stores, and I would patron them and sometimes get my nails done. And then to have this type of like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Now there's a whole entire hate crime and I'm the victimizer. But let me move back on that. Let me back it up because this video has two things: the Asian hate crime bill and the crime that is going on in the Asian community. Now, oh, how can I say? Because it's terrible. An older gentleman, and the interesting part about it is that it is the elderly that are doing this. I'm shocked. I am really, really shocked when you have the Monterey Park, the shooting in the dance hall. I'm floored, but let me show you. Let me show you this. Okay, let me make sure I get okay here. It's a minute and 16
A
seconds.
male suspect that fled the scene and remains outstanding as of this moment. Our very preliminary description has been described as a male Asian, and that's from the scene here in Monterey Park. We are still in the very early stages of this investigation, and there actually is a lot more that we don't know than what we know at this time.
Okay. Now, they did find the gentleman that did this. He expired himself in a car. They did locate him, and he expired himself. I can't even say what I want to say. If I do, YouTube. Yeah, and it's man, it is just very, very difficult. Now, 10 people were killed. 10 people were I can't even say that. Were passed away. And the man that did this was looking for his wife. Went into the dance hall, which he'd been going there for years, and okay, let me see. Let me bring up the article because this is just really something. So it says, and this right here comes from CBS News: the Monterey Park shooting killed 11 killed. New Year celebration suspect. There's suspect passed away from apparent inflicted gun wound. Oh wow, Bill Clinton's actually being interviewed about this. Quite interesting. The suspect in the shooting in Monterey Park, California, had left at least 11 Okay, let me get past all of this. Now, here's an interesting thing. The massacre was the nation's fifth mass killing this month, and was the deadliest attack since May 24th, uh, when 21 people passed away in an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. And that's when the young guy, the young Latino guy, had mental health issues that went unaddressed. I did a video about that. And he didn't get the help that he needed. His parents, I can't remember where they came from, but really didn't have a grasp, and I'm saying grasp, on the different services that he possibly could have received, and then got a some type of weapon to where he was able to get all this. So so what happened there in Uvalde, Texas, as they're connecting to what happened a couple of days ago over in Monterey Park, devastating. Now, the man's ex-wife said that he was short-fused. She said that he was not violent with her, but he did get upset quickly. Like when he was when they were met like 20 years ago, some odd years ago, there at that dance hall, and he was a dance instructor. And as he was, dancing with her, she would make missteps, and then he would get a little hot under collar. Those are my words. However, wow. Now, he was, how old was he? 670. And there's a lot more to it. Just stick with me because I'm going to connect this stuff. There's a lot to it, a whole lot to it. So then they say the fifth mass killing. Now let's jump to Luna. Okay, the city of tourist officer. Okay, and Luna said earlier Sunday, law enforcement was dealing with a barricade suspect situation in city of Torrance. Officers pulled over a white van at 10:20 a.m. local Sunday. I'm sorry, local time Sunday. Luna said that the van pulled up into a shopping center parking lot, and the police heard a single, and that's when he expired himself after when he uh, caused those 10 people, 11 people to pass away, and the 10 that were wounded after when he did that. Man. Now, the officers were wearing tactical gear and armor appropriate and approached the van at 12:52 p.m. and found the suspect passed away. Now, here's the interesting part. Now, let's look at the other one. And I really want you to pay close attention to this because when I saw it, I said, no, 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 no. Something isn't right. Something is not right about this. I don't know what it is, but I know something isn't right. Now, pay close attention. And I'm going to go back over it again. I really want you to pay attention.
Police say the hunt for the gunman came to an end just outside their front doors at a sheriff's substation. The 67-year-old man suspected of killing.
Did you happen to see the cameraman right there already set up the lights, everything set up before the other police people came, and they went and they got the man and had him and start putting him on the ground, and the cameraman was right there to get the shot. Now you had a cameraman there, but then one behind. There's something to this. I don't know what it is, but something isn't right with this situation. I don't know what. I truly don't know, but something isn't right in Canterbury. That's one of my sayings. Mm. At my cafe au lait. Now here, the one to with the 7 people, the guy worked at a mushroom farm. Now keep in mind, the United States is on a downward spiral economically, and it's being hit. Everyone's being hit economically. Now, keep in mind, the Asian hate crime bill saying Black Americans are doing this. But ever since that crime bill came out, Black people moved back. I'm sorry, I like you, but I just don't need this type of drama, and I'm going to do business someplace else. It's an economical crunch that's happening, and it's hitting the Asian community very hard. Very, very hard. Now, whew, the Asians have a beautiful culture. They do. They are within, they're separate and amongst themselves. Now, you do have some, the younger generation coming out, and, it's like grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad. Yeah, okay. But I want to go hang out over here. I want to do some things over here. The world is big, mom and dad, grandpa and grandma. The world is really big, and I would like to be in it. And when you're in it, You're going to have some good experiences, some bad experiences, like everyone does. Now, having that, now you have an economical crunch to where things were doing well at one point, and all of a sudden, the money isn't coming in the way it used to. And now people have to get out there and work and do other types of things to bring money in. People, and then the 19 years ago, everything closed down. I mean, it's just something. And what I see happening in this community is really wild, but I turned left on this one. The cameraman. Was that for, let's look at one more time. Just something isn't right here.
Police say the hunt for the gunman came to an end just outside their front doors at a sheriff's substation. The 67-year-old man, suspected of killing at least 7, taken into custody in the sleepy coastal town of Half Moon Bay after being spotted by a deputy.
He saw the suspect inside of the vehicle laying there in the front seat, and then also was able to see a weapon.
California's second mass shooting in 48 hours happened at 2 different agricultural locations just miles apart. Authorities say at the first scene, just before 2:30 p.m. Monday, 4 were killed, a 5th gunned down in critical condition. Minutes later, the gunman driving down the road and allegedly taking 3 more lives. The sheriff saying the bloodshed unfolding in front of families and children who live on the property.
I cannot imagine what those kids witnessed today.
Authorities have now identified the suspect as 67-year-old Chun-Li Zhao, the sheriff saying he worked at the mushroom farm where investigators believe he took the lives of co-workers.
People saw him there today, and it seemed like a normal day for everyone. And then this tragedy happened.
2 hours after the shooting, the 67-year-old was arrested. This mass shooting rocking the state just 2 days after investigators say a 72-year-old man killed 11 people in Southern California.
We're still reeling from one, and I was there consoling my colleagues who represent those areas. The next thing I know, they're consoling me.
Governor Gavin Newsom was still in Los Angeles when he heard about the shooting in Northern California, tweeting in part, "Tragedy upon tragedy." This morning, another mass shooting and 7 more lives lost.
It hurts. Our hearts are broken.
A sense of heartbreak that seems tragically routine.
Yeah, it sure does. Miguel, we're learning more details now about the arrest. What can you tell us?
Well, Hoda, police did recover a semi-automatic weapon that was in that suspect's vehicle. They believe he acted alone, but of course the big question this morning remains motive. Hoda.
All right, Miguel Almaguer for us. Miguel, thank you.
Yeah, motive. And again, if you look at the cameraman right there, and then there's a cameraman behind capturing all this, I don't know, something just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't. I believe, yes, he did these, allegedly did these things. I do believe that 7 people expired at these mushroom farms, and he comes in and it's a normal day, and next thing you know, it's not a normal day. So it's just, wow. So here, the suspect is currently in custody. 7 people were killed in a shooting in 2 separate locations Monday in Half Moon Bay, California, local officials say. The 66-year-old suspect was an employee at the mushroom farm where one of the incidences occurred, and the evidence point to it being an instance of workplace violence. Whoa. In San Mateo County, sheriff said the victims were of Asian and Hispanic descent, and a possible co-workers officially added. The semi-automatic handgun. Now, let me see if I can find this. because there has been handguns used, and I had a. Let me see if I can bring this up. Um, and I hope I can bring this up. And it shows the number of people that expired from it. And I am wondering if it's AR 15. Oh man, where is it? Can I find it? Oh, come on, come on, come on. Where are you? Okay, this is so not good. Now that I need it, I can't find it. Oh man. No, I can't find it. I'm sorry. I thought I had it, but so as things are unfolding, that there were Asians, Hispanic, and then there was some violence that occurred between among coworkers. The semi-automatic handgun was legally purchased and owned, authorities said. A motive is still being investigated. Now, the incident is a small coastal community in the San Francisco Bay Area. Something, something, something. And I feel that a lot of this is economics because when you're used to, oh man, used to a certain standard, like everyone else, you can see people like around major cities, people are losing their homes. People have lost their jobs. They're so far back at like 2 years back in the rent. How do you pay that? And those who have houses are losing their mortgages, losing their homes. Banks are repossessing the properties, foreclosures. It's going to get much worse. Much worse. Now, here's the interesting thing. I don't even know how to say this. Um, this is Black people's normal. Most Black people live in a way to where Black people and poor whites, oh man, poor whites really got it. Black people and poor whites really have serious, serious economical issues throughout, just throughout. And just maintaining the poverty line. And it's tragic. But now you have those people that have come in and we're giving a lot of tangibles, meaning help, tax, not paying taxes for a certain amount of time, giving money to open businesses to be able to do this and that and that and this. It's kind of hard for poor whites to be able to open up a business. They have trouble, just like Black people have trouble. You got to have A1 credit. You have to have this. You got to jump through this hoop and that hoop. Whereas other people from other communities and other countries come in, do not have those issues. Just as what you see now, how President Biden is giving people coming in, and they immediately, and this is interesting, they immediately get an ID. They haven't even gone through immigration. They get ID, they get food stamps, Medicaid card, and a place to live. And then you have people coming from other countries like Afghanistan and Ukraine. They give them housing, um, work on jobs, getting them to learn the language, giving them education. It's going to be really, really messy. That's all I know. But I'm just saying that there is something to this. I don't know what. It's just a gut feeling that I have. By the second guy in the half moon California. The guy was there and the cameras were already set up to arrest him. Something doesn't seem right about it. I don't know. Oh, this is what I want to show you. I found this information and this right here. Oh no, what happened to my other? Oh, goodness gracious, I lost it. All right, well, here. This right here is, and I have this, the articles where I got this from. I put it in a description section. You can look it up if you choose to. But here it shows a breakdown of crime. And it is from, let me see, is this where it's from? Okay, no, the heading it just sort of left. I don't know why it did that, but here, go back and look into the go back and look into the description. You can pull up the two articles that I left there, and then you can see where I got it from, the statistics and the US Gov. I had another one that gave the breakdown of violence in different groups between whites, blacks, Latinos, Asians, and the percentages. And then it would make you think there is very little crime in the Asians amongst other people, and for them to get a hate crime. And it just makes you stop and makes you wonder. Hmm, that's it. But back to this right here. Okay, the hate crime incidences. And then if you look, you'll see the sexual orientation, that's 15%. When you look at religion, people have issues and fighting and getting hurt over religion. What is it? 3.6% gender identity, 1.7 is disability, and 1% is gender. Now, the biggest one, the 64.8% is ethnicity, race, and ethnicity. And then the other article that I had, or not the article, but the the graph broke it down even further into which group receives it. Hold on for a second. I'm sorry. Hello.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm live streaming. What's up? Huh? Okay. Wait. I'm almost done live streaming. Okay. I'll call you.
Okay,
Bye bye. Okay. Sorry about that. Always calling at the wrong time. But let me see if I can bring it up. Oh man. Let me see. Oh, here it is. And here are the shootings. If you can look, 73% are white, 24% are black. Let's see. 11% are 11%, 11 is Latino. With the 5 is Asian, 10, I can't quite see it because it's down a little bit, but it gives you an indication of that. It's like, okay, all right. However, but there's a lot, there's so much to this. It has so many different layers of now this this violence coming out in the Asian community is just bursting out by the seams. No, that's a wrong analogy. Let me take that back. But it's coming to light that there are issues. So, on that note, if you think I'm wrong about something, put something down in the chat. Um, please leave something in a comment, whether if you agree or disagree with me. Look at the articles, take a look at it, and then we can have some type of conversation about it. But I really want to thank you. Thank you for stopping by, because you could be anywhere doing anything, and it's mostly appreciated. And on that note, I want to thank you for stopping by, because you could be anywhere, but you decide to stay here with me and listen to my video, because politics runs the world. Now, whether if you agree with the politics or not, put something down in the comment section. Whether if you agree or disagree with me, that is okay. We can agree to disagree, or we can agree to agree. So please help me get to 500 subscribers, and then help me get to 1,000 subscribers.